Guys, key trade today is May 6th and a great day. I ended up going 2 for 2 on live and a very great quality pre-market plan, and we're going to get right into it. Coming into testimonials, we had Caesar pass a funded, get a payout, just been overall killing it, and today's profit for myself. Boom, live account numbers. Anyways, pre-market plan. So I said we're bearish overnight. I said I want to see sellers early because I want to see us deliver this daily low. And I said if we get selling through, I want to look for lower prices, right? The 1 hour. I said if we get a 15-minute or 1 hour fair value retrace, I want to look short to that. And I ended up getting that model. And I said if we see a daily low sweep, which is the 19749 sweep, and we find the reversal, here are my targets. Right? So again, that daily low level was just here. And we noted that we've been finding buying from this 4 hour. So that was my daily low target. My reprice, my first target was going to be the 4 hour fair value gap, which was my 19909 or 908. And then I had some 1 hour highs as other TPs. So here is my 75 target. And then here's my 93 target. Just, playing these 1 minute highs. And then we did have a 15-minute fair value gap into the open right here. So I ended up taking a inverse long scalp off this level here, which was just simple, right? If I didn't see sellers early off the open, then I likely think that we see a manipulation. But the draw is here. We know the draw is lower before we run higher. Why? Overnight, we already saw that we're selling off, right? We're reaching for this low. We have sold through this low, so we're reaching for this low. We know that's the first point. But since we found buying off the open and inversed it, I ended up taking a small scalp play, which got scale break evened. I just dipped the longs in at the fair value gap, put my stop below first presented. Just a small scalp, nothing crazy, but that was that. And then after we had the 15-minute and then the 4 hour, we see an internal sweep. We failed to get buying through. So when does it confirm me to see a short? It confirms it for me when we inverse the 5-minute. So this was a very aggressive entry in my opinion. But that's what happens when I'm confident. I am confident that we draw to this low. So I end up grabbing short at this price point here once we inverse the 5-minute. And I just put my stop loss at midpoint of this gap. I did not grab scales here. Once we broke the low on the day, I ended up going break even and I let my trade fully hit down to this low for I got 46 points, but around a 51 point gain. So this is a very simple model. Again, we find the buying into the morning and we fail to deliver higher. When does it confirm me that we run this low? When we have a bullish 5-minute off the open, get inversed aggressively, I grab short. I play a stop at midpoint of this wick. It could have came back up and tested this, but I played stop at midpoint of this fair value gap, saying that I want to see efficient delivery. I want to see us dump, and that's exactly what happened. We got this clear move to the low and a very risk-free trade. So I took a small scalp, boom. Took the short here, boom, up $665 on the day, and that was it. I was done. Right, I was done for the day. But there was one more setup that I really did like, and which was a simple setup. Right, we ended up sweeping out this low. Remember what I said in my plan. If we see a daily low sweep in reversal, I want to see the buy model, the 4 hour and the 1 hour highs. We can see that we had a clear sweep. Why did we have a clear sweep? Because if we would have saw selling lower to the 1 hour, like I said, if we want to see continuation, right, to the 1 hour, we would have saw us hit this low and dump straight through it, but we didn't. Right, we saw a sweep. And then we saw one more time sweep lower. And we left an SMT here. Keeping in mind that my draw wants to see this 4 hour. So I did not take this model. I was already 2 for 2. I was already done with the day. So I did not take this model, but we can see that we find that SMT, it can be a entry at the inverse. Inverse and bullish could be an entry here. In my opinion, I believe once we found buying through the 5-minute, I would have caught my entry here and then placed stop loss at the low. I would have targeted the day's high and then the 4 hour. Another trade that could have been taken. But a very, very quick review. We got done really fast, took our trades, got green, and got lost. So that's going to be it for May 6th video. understanding my higher time frame areas of interest, staying disciplined for set areas of interest to be tested, and how we act there tells me where we want to go. Overall, great day. Buyers end up smoking, so very beautiful stuff. That's going to be it for May 6th video. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, we'd be happy to have any and all new members. Until next time, guys. Peace out.